Hey everybody, Clinton, Oval Window Racing here. Today we're back in the garage and we're going to start tearing this beast down. In the previous video I showed how to take the rocker arms off, and we did a visual inspection on the shape of this engine. Well, today we're going to try to get the heads and the cylinder off of it today and see if we can get a better look and see what it looks like on the inside. And if you haven't done already, the first thing you're going to want to do is drain the oil. The reason you want to drain the oil is because we're going to be tilting this thing up and down on the engine stand, and the oil will come out the other head, and then vice versa when you flip it to pull off the other head and cylinder, and that'll make a big mess. So let's get started.
Alright, when it comes to removing the head, it's pretty simple. There's just 8 bolts, 1, 2, 3, 4 inside the valve cover here, and then the 4 on the top. So it's just a matter of loosening them and hoping they're not rusted on. Usually the ones you have trouble with are the ones that are usually exposed to the water. Of course, these are in with oil bath, so they never really rust up. But this, I know this engine should come apart pretty quickly because it was just recently put together. These are 15 millimeter, not 17. Let's go get the right socket. Okay, now that we got the right socket, let's proceed to removing. It's just kind of the next pattern here. Yeah, those ones are just barely on there. I like to kind of keep everything together. These little magnetic trays work really well in case we got to clean. But since these head studs look short, I won't know the length of them until I look inside the case. Sometimes they get screwed in too far, like I said in the previous video, but we're probably going to go with new hardware anyways. These are, oops, there goes one. These are 10 millimeter. Usually the later dual port engines are 8 millimeter studs, and it's probably all it's going to be needed for the street engine. I'm not going to be running a whole lot of compression or boost to it. But there, that's it. Another little trick here is a handy dandy magnet. Fish lots of nuts and bolts out with these things. But that helps take the washers off. And we're missing some of them, but that's because someone got the head studs too short. Now the head should just walk off the studs. If not, well, this one's going to be a little bugger. Let's go find a rubber mallet. I don't know why it's on there so snug, but sometimes you just lightly tap on them. A little upward motion. Get them to come off. Hope this guy didn't glue these on. There we go. Oh, it actually came with one of the cylinders. Buddy already told me he didn't want to reuse these old things, so we'll just throw these in the trash. Don't lose that. Need that in the future. Alright, now we got that side off. Let's remove this one. Pretty much just slip them on up. I see this one's got a number 2 stamped in it, which is good. That one's got a number 1 stamped in it, so it's a good idea to keep them together. And this engine was put together with these wrist pin bushings. I really like those. And these aren't pressed in, they should slide in freely. Here's a little tool I made just for this occasion. Sometimes when you tear these stock engines down, they've been together for miles and miles and miles, the wrist pin and the clip create a little burr, and you have to actually hammer them. So I adapted this socket, which looks like it's a 1/2-inch socket, onto this air chisel, but hopefully we don't need that today. We'll just lightly tap this out of here. There you go. I've been working this back and forth really carefully with that rubber mallet, and I can see that this cylinder was stuck on with all that carbon buildup and grease buildup on that cylinder. That's why it's stuck on there. Alright, looking here quickly, doesn't look too bad. Let's roll her over and do the other side.
The long block is now down to a short block. As you can see, I like to place everything on the table here. And I usually like to do it, I consider this here as like the pulley side. So I've got a cylinder 2 and cylinder 4, cylinder 1 and cylinder 3. And I'll try to keep them that way, just like keep them together. I did notice that the pistons were stamped with a number, which is good. But I usually will go and I'll also put a little nick on the cylinder fins here, telling which cylinder they are. That way I can keep the pistons with the cylinders. But before I do that, of course, they need a good bath. And then I gotta check the ring gaps in the cylinder after I hone the cylinders and make sure everything's kosher there. So stay tuned. That'll be a future video. But next on the agenda will be tearing down a short block and taking a look on the inside of there and see how everything is. Hopefully there's no more surprises. Catch you later.